Hello everyone, this is a psychic prediction video for Japan upon request. I had previously made a psychic prediction video for Japan um, in 2021, so it's been a good while. I had a request from a Patreon member to do this, so I am now doing it. A little behind schedule, but here it is regardless. So, a lot of the stuff that I was seeing for this reading resonates with the previous predictions I did on Japan. Now that I've gone back and rewatched it, but a little bit of the future, further out information seems a little different. So, let's go ahead and get into what I was seeing for the future of Japan. In about 3 years from now, it is currently May 7th, 2023. So, in about 3 years, I see corporate buildings growing like monsters, causing an earthquake to happen across the city. And this is more symbolic than literal. So, just keep that in mind. Um, this looks like businesses are becoming overpowering in some way. People are fleeing the scene. There is some shift in the corporate world that makes people want to get away from the corporate areas that they once gathered around. There is strain on the corporations. The people want to move to a quieter area of town that is more peaceful and tranquil. The corporate world seems to be meeting tighter and tighter demands to continue making profit that is causing a lot of stress on the corporations, and this is starting to become a problem for the people. I see CEOs pulling their hair and freaking out about not meeting their goals. Many companies are going to other countries, or at least starting to operate out of other countries where there are less human rights to make profit off of people easier to meet monetary demands from their company, that is. The culture of Japan seems to be heading towards a more traditional and calmer lifestyle overall. People are less interested in the hype of the business that resembles the Western world. I see people drinking tea and hanging out doing things like playing chess at parks and tea coffee houses. It seems things become more simple with less people in general, and a lot of corporations move away. I don't see as much ambition to become rich in the corporate world, and people seem to just want to live a more modest, simple lifestyle. People seem to enjoy the more simple things in life, like strolling through the park and hanging out at local areas to gather and meet others. People seem to want to support local shops, and the corporations seem to suffer that stay or leave Japan. And by corporations, I mean like large corporations, not small businesses. It's just not the same system anymore in 3 to 5 years from now. It seems that relationships and dating become more of a focus around that time. I do not see the people suffering too badly, despite the corporate situation, although the corporations are suffering. Economically, it seems people are still living in good living standards, but the super wealthy seem less common and less desirable to be. There is more of a small town feel, although it is definitely not a small town. People seem to dwell in smaller areas of town, but it is more taken care of. This reminds me of the 15-minute cities plan that is being popularized by the World Economic Forum. I don't see it being pushed quite 15 minutes, though. It seems much larger than just a 15-minute city. but it does seem like more biking and walking is encouraged. This doesn't seem like rules that are being enforced through the World Economic Forum or anything like that. It feels like the people are doing this because of the desire to live a less hyped up lifestyle. In that sense, I mean less job, corporate, work oriented lifestyle, and instead be more simple in their approach to life. The government seems to be encouraging this and making it easier and more convenient to live in this manner. I don't sense that Japan's leaders are doing this out of some conspiracy to control people, but it does seem to help them economically as a country. This seems to hold true for about 15 to 20 years or so. Around 2036 to 2040, it seems that businesses start ramping back up again and the corporate world comes back to Japan again. At this point, it seems that there are less people to work for these corporations, but they seem like they don't depend on as many people. At this point, it just seems they are pumping out products without the need for much assistance, so less employees. This could be related to technological leaps that take place around 2025 through 2035 around the world. It seems that at this point Japan is much less desirable to live in, and there may be some level of pollution or annoyance to living around these areas with these corporations coming back. After 2040, it seems like Japan is not a very popular place to live anymore, as most people have moved to areas to the west of Japan. This looks like the surrounding areas of China, like South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. However, it seems that there is much more of an attraction to places around Thailand than China itself. It seems in the next year, Japan could see some improvement in the economic outlook for the next couple years. Again, the year right now is 2023. But after 2 years, it seems things may start getting rough. This creates a shift in the culture that is already taking place, but it speeds the shift up. It doesn't look too bad for the next 10 years or so, though. Around 10 years or so, being 2033 or later, it seems the general happiness of the people could start to go downhill. By that point, I think people in Japan will know what is coming and there won't be any sudden surprises, so there is no need for alarm. So this prediction went a little further than the previous prediction in time and has a little bit more future information. Of course, the further out in time you go, the more possibility that the future can change because timelines shift and nothing is set in stone. So we can change course and go a different direction. But these are generally just the tendency that is the most likely with the way that the energy is set at the moment. So, if you like this video, I always appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like a private reading, you can go to psychictide.com or find the link to my website in the description of this video below the video. And you can join my Patreon for only $5 a month to see all of the crazy stuff that I'm not talking about on YouTube because it may be a little too crazy for YouTube. So, thank you for watching and have a great day.